Hey, how's it going everybody? My name is CJ from Grand Theft Auto 5 and welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day today, dude. And basically today's video is going to be a huge one because baby, we are going to go ahead and try to blow up the dam of Los Santos. This thing right here is making sure that it's not covered with a bunch of water and flooding the city. So let's see if we can go ahead and try to get a crack or at least a hole over on this dam with a bunch of methods that we're gonna go ahead and be trying out in today's video. Now, before we get things started today, I'm feeling a little bit generous. I want to hook up you guys who are watching the video and also my subscribers. So I'm gonna go ahead and hook up a bunch of you guys out there who are watching this video who do leave a blue thumbs up with a bunch of shark cards. Yeah, if you guys want to go ahead and support the video, make sure that you leave a blue thumbs up and let me know what system you guys want it for. Xbox One, PS4, let me know down below in the comments. And make sure that you also follow me on Twitter, and then I'm gonna go ahead and hook you guys up for the people who do leave those blue support likes on this video, man. I'm trying to help you guys out. And also subscribe to the channel if you guys are brand new. I would hate it if you missed out on any of my brand new videos. But with that being said, let's get things started today. Alrighty people, so about a month ago, we made a video where we talked about blowing up the dam. Now of course, we tried a bunch of methods out there that we heard from the community, from doing this and that and this, and basically just going ahead and using a normal missile from a helicopter is not gonna cut it, dude. Basically, we're not gonna be getting any cheddar soon if we're gonna be using methods like this. So we have to go ahead and dig a little bit deeper, boys. We need to make sure that we're gonna go ahead and be using some heavy ammunition to make sure that we're gonna make at least some type of progress in trying to go ahead and blowing up the dam. Now, one of the things that people really recommended me to go ahead and do is try to use the nuke in GTA 5. And yes, it does exist. If you guys remember from my last video, I actually did spawn in like 100 or even 1,000. I'm not sure. I basically spawned in like 10,000 of these. And what I went ahead and did was make sure that every single little corner and nook and cranny of the dam bridge itself is filled up with freaking nukes. Now, basically what I went ahead and thought was like, alright, so if I'm going to be spraying around nukes, I expect a huge explosion like everyone else will think, right? So I made my way up the mountain to get a huge vantage point to see exactly what type of damage will all this explosion cause for the dam itself. So right here, I got the vantage point, I got my rocket launcher ready, and then as soon as my rocket touches that nuke, boy do I expect a huge explosion in the game, up to the point where it can possibly leave some type of evidence that we have blown up or even left some type of damage on the dam itself, because a lot of people think that this freaking bridge itself is pretty much invincible, but we're gonna go ahead and prove that wrong. But basically people, when I went ahead and did this and pulled out my my rocket launcher, I kind of got the results that I didn't think I would actually go ahead and get. So literally right about here, I pulled out the rocket launcher, I shot my rocket, and basically we didn't get what we thought we would have got. As you people can see right here, the nuke did not go off. So my guess is Rockstar basically made a prop item where it didn't really have any type of explosion effect whatsoever. Now that's basically the whole gist of my last video, and now we're gonna be talking about some brand new information and some new suggestions that you guys left on my last video that we're gonna go ahead and be trying out in today's video. Now if you guys remember, the only evidence that I actually had and found out on myself was the fact that if you guys go to any barbershop in the game, you'll pretty much see one of these pictures hanged up in the shelf where it basically showcased that Los Santos at some point was flooded, which basically give you a backstory that the bridge itself in the dam actually broke and all the water was released into the city. And then there was a pretty interesting Easter egg that a lot of people actually got excited for, because they went ahead and thought, alright, that's pretty cool. Now we know at some point a person caused a huge explosion, or probably the flood itself broke through the dam where it went ahead and caused a flood all in Los Santos. And as well, from my last video, people were going ahead and suggesting and giving me some brand new information in regards to the dam where it can possibly lead towards the discovery of a brand new Easter egg. But I'm gonna go ahead and share the biggest one that I found later on in the video. But as of right now, we are going to be focusing on the type of things that we can do to the dam where we can damage it as much as possible or even leave some type of significant crack. So my biggest issue from the last video was going ahead and actually believing believing that the nuke itself can cause some type of explosion. But now that we finally debunked that theory, we are going to be substituting that with missiles, and boy do I know for sure that this can actually cause some type of explosions. So right here, boys, I got my mod menu up, and I'm basically gonna go ahead and be spawning in thousands upon thousands upon thousands of missiles right here, making sure that every single nook and cranny of the bridge itself is filled in with freaking gunpowder. And we're gonna go ahead and make sure that there is going to be some type of huge explosion by the end of this. So basically up to this point right here, I actually kind of fucked up. So I put these things way too together, and they were colliding and moving apart, and basically they were clipping in with each other up to the point where the game was kind of glitching up and lagging for me. So I went ahead and added even more missiles because I thought that was the problem. Right here, when I was adding in all this stuff, my game kind of crashed. Yep. You guys can see that up to this point right here, my character kept glitching up and not able to go ahead and walk, and then the game basically died on me, unfortunately. So that was about 1 hour of my life spent adding missiles in for no reason. So this part right here, I kind of played it safe. I used the missiles without the trolley this time, for it doesn't actually clip inside the bridge itself and make my game crash. So basically this is the overview of everything I did. I spread them apart a little bit where I can make sure that the game doesn't crash again, and you guys can see all the missiles that are around this bridge itself. So it's pretty interesting, and basically we're going to be spawning in the Hydra right here so we can get a good view of the site when we actually detonate all the missiles. So another thing I want to go ahead and bring up is the fact that I actually placed a bunch of sticky bombs across this so we can go ahead and have a much more easier and cleaner version of when we blow up the dam. Now that we got our overview of the whole bridge itself, now it's time to go ahead and light this baby on fire. So all the missiles went out, and I'm pretty sure that everything blew up, but unfortunately, as you people can see from this side, there was no significant damage. Now, something that a lot of people have been barking me about is the fact that I didn't show the explosion in the other side of the wall, because maybe something happened that I wasn't able to go ahead and showcase, because I thought it was pretty much that's it, it's a wrap. There was no other more damage other than that. But we can't really speak from the other side. So what I went ahead and did up to this point right here is I basically spread this place up with more missiles and more explosions, and basically said, fuck it, we gotta go ahead and debunk this theory finally. So let's go ahead and try this out one more time. So as you people can see right here, I'm just switching between the missiles on the trolley with the normal missiles, because again, I don't want my game to crash. But here you guys can see the little fucks that I give. I'm just going ahead and spamming the button as much as possible. I don't know what might happen to my game. It might crash, it might destroy my GTA 5 game. I'm not too sure. It might make my computer blow up, but we gotta go ahead and figure this out, boys. So you guys can see all the missiles that are piling up, and I'm just making my way downtown, walking fast, trying to make sure that we can complete this. But I want to go ahead and do this up to the point where I can make sure and tell myself, yes, I made sure that the missiles are actually spread apart significantly up to the point where we can make sure that everything blows up all at once. Now, just in case you guys are wondering what everything I just did looks like when you guys go to an overview point of it, well, here it is. Up to the middle point right here, I basically flooded everything with freaking missiles. So I made sure that I put them up in a line order. I put my sticky bombs all across this bridge for I can make sure I can detonate this in a good manner where everything blows up as well. So we're gonna go ahead and enter our Hydra, and we're gonna make our way towards the wall that we didn't cover already. So now it's time to go ahead and blow everything up, and then let's light this place with fireworks. So as you people can see right here, we're all positioned, we have our vantage point. Now it's time to go ahead and light up the sticky bombs. So right here, as you people can see, everything just goes absolutely mad. Everything blows up, and then after the whole explosion, my game basically went ahead and died on me. But I'm not sure if you guys seen this the first time, but let me go ahead and zoom in very closely. Up to the point right here, you guys can pretty much see that the wall is getting damaged. You can see cracks upon it, you can see smoke, dust, all that type of stuff you guys are witnessing right here, and our explosion did cause some type of damage, and you can pretty much tell that the wall was literally up to the point point where it could possibly break of some sort or even collapse. I'm not too sure, but I wasn't able to go ahead and find out because unfortunately my computer crashed. But you people can see it right here that the wall actually went ahead and started getting damaged. There's like cracks, there's dust. You can see that the wall is taking a lot of damage on to this point. We didn't get these results last time that I did this, but now that we actually changed up the pace and swapped between the walls that we actually paying attention to, you guys can see more of a difference. Now, earlier on in the video, I did mention that I found some evidence that I want to go ahead and showcase to you that I thought was really freaking huge. So, of course, people, I'm not too sure if this relates towards the dam itself or the Mount Chiliad Easter egg. But again, I want to go ahead and share with you people because maybe you guys can figure this out and help me out in trying to figure out this whole freaking Easter egg, man. So a lot of people ever since I made that video have been tweeting me facts about if this has something to do with the T01 and the T02 door all the way in the tunnel. Now, they were trying to go ahead and tell me, Sernando, maybe this Easter egg can be solved with the tunnel doors that's all the way there, and maybe we can do some type of sequence. Now, just in case you guys have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, I'm basically talking about the tunnel all the way right next to Mount Chiliad. Now, there is a lot of speculation and mystery behind this and a bunch of background that I just gotta share with you guys. But originally, you guys would just think that this is like a simple door, has no meaning whatsoever, literally just nothing to even bring up. But there is a bunch of background that I want to inform you guys about before you actually continue on with that opinion. So I'm basically gonna go ahead and fast forward all the information that we recently found out about the tunnel itself to share with you guys in the fastest pace as possible. So to start off, if you guys go ahead and enter the tunnel itself, you will notice that the lighting inside the tunnel will go ahead and change. Now, I kind of found it really weird because maybe this has something to do with some type of sequence that you're supposed to be entering the tunnel in, or you're supposed to pay attention to the lighting and make sure that you're supposed to be doing this in some type of pattern. I'm not too sure. I found it really weird and I had no idea why this actually happens. Alright, so the door itself, the T01 door. So if you guys go ahead and shoot the panel right about here, you will notice that there's going to be white smoke. But what's interesting is the fact that if you guys switch between the minigun and a normal assault weapon, you will notice that the smoke color will go ahead and change from white to black, from white to black, and white to black. Another weird thing that I found out. And the next thing is we're going to be talking about some weird voices of characters or even ghosts that were found in the game itself in the tunnel. Now, if you guys enter here with a second character and shut the fuck up for about 5 seconds, you guys will go ahead and hear some noises. Now, I'm not too sure if you guys were able to hear that, but if you listen very closely, you guys can hear voices in the background. Now, I'm not too sure if these voices have something to do with the indication that you guys are close to actually completing this Easter egg or something with the mural, but I've never heard a situation in the game itself where you can actually hear voices. And another weird thing is the fact that if you guys make your way on top of your vehicle and point at the ventilation system, you guys will also hear some crawling of people making their way towards the vents. But that's pretty much the highlight information that I got for you people today, and hopefully you guys did learn something because this news is freaking huge, dude. Hopefully you guys can help me out down below in the comments in trying to figure out this whole Easter egg or this type of event that can lead towards the possibility of the dam itself, you know, actually collapsing of some sort. But that pretty much does it for today's video. I really do hope that you guys enjoyed, and I'll freaking love you people if you did. Go ahead and drop a like on the video. As well, subscribe to the channel if you guys are freaking new. And with that being said, I'll see you people later, and peace.